It is Bruins Benders postgame live on the Inside the Rink YouTube channel, otherwise known as Benders Up All Night with Matty and Smitty. Click subscribe. Get your Bruins Benders merch on InsideTheRink.com/Bruins-Benders. Get your rocks glass.
Follow us
on the social medias. That's a beauty right there. 20% off with code Sorry John. Thanks for being up with us. Although it's just 6 a.m. in Sweden.
There it is in real life, ladies.
Yeah, right there. That's a beaut.
That sweet fucking thing right there.
Nothing like a shot of fucking bourbon whiskey at 1:09 a.m. But here we are. Bruins lose tonight 3-1 to the lowly San Jose Sharks in a game that I thought the Sharks looked like the better team for a good portion of it. Looked like they had more talented players on the ice at times.
Yeah.
This is not a great sign. And then of course the non-challenge at the end of the game there that was legitimately offside. I mean, it's just offside.
That's an interesting play. Interesting play. It sounded like players on the bench wanted to challenge. It sounded like there were people questioning Sacco. Sacco looked to mouth like he had possession, which didn't matter because it wasn't the guy who had the puck. It was somebody else that was tagging up. So it seems like the Bruins have just like given up. They're like, we're tanking now, which is what they should be doing. So good for Joe Sacco and good for us because someone fucking scored and the game could end.
Well, thank God.
We didn't have to watch overtime. But, it looked like a pretty competitive game in the first period. And I tweeted out, like, it's good that the Bruins are competitive. But when you really think about it, they're competitive against the worst team in the entire league. The team with the fewest points in the entire league. Mm-hmm. That's who you're competitive with. That's who it's a pretty good game against those guys. That doesn't bode very well for your fucking squad if it's a competitive game against the worst team in the entire goddamn league. Mm. So that's where you've fallen to. You're fallen to playing, neck and neck with a team that has 19 wins this year and just beat you at home. So
I can't get over the blatant no challenge. I mean, the guy was offside. You said you thought you could read the lips of Sacco saying that he had possession. Yeah, the other guy had possession. The possession thing happens if you have possession, not if some other guy is in the zone already. Like, so that just looked blatantly to me like he was like, let's not. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do overtime. I don't do a shootout. I don't know. I just don't understand why you take a timeout and then you look at it extra.
Yeah. And then you don't challenge.
And then you don't challenge it.
It just doesn't make any sense.
Zero.
Like producer Connor said, and he's, conspiracy theories and what he's like, John Sweeney called down and was like, don't fucking challenge that.
Yeah.
We could lose two draft pick places if the Bruins win this game. We're not fucking challenging in that. And I tell you, that's what it seemed like. I mean, I'm sure that didn't happen, but that's certainly what it fucking looked like. Sorry, John. Is that the Bruins brass was like, we're not challenging that.
What are we doing?
And we're not challenging it. We're not. If we can score, if we can come back and get a goal, great. But if not, whatever. We want Michael Misa, or we want somebody at the top of the draft,
or we want to dig deep and take the 22nd ranked Central Scouting skater at 6.
Oh well, I mean,
that's what we want to do. We can't wait to be the smartest guy in the room and take some guy way down the list.
I tell you what, I will lose my motherfucking mind.
Yeah.
If they go off the board at like fucking 5, I will lose my shit. Mm-hmm. My shit will be gone. It will be lost. Because if they do that, I am going to throw things all over the place. You're not going to want to be near me at all.
I'll tell you what, if we're going to look at like the rankings, like from within 5 picks of where they are, and we're going to take those 5 guys and be like, if they don't get one of these 5 guys, then it's going to be mutiny. We're gonna just
I mean,
social media campaign.
Tell you what, you think we've been hard on the team up until this point with this kind of season they had. If they do something monumentally stupid at the draft, like going off the board when they have like the 5th or 6th pick and don't get somebody that's ranked by Central Scouting in the top 10, you'll see a whole new kind of hard on the team. We will be all over these guys if they do something stupid like that.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, that's just unbelievable. All right, sips tonight. We got Guinness Foreign Extra Stout by Fox Guy in his Benders glass that arrived. Terrific. And then Adrienne got the Benders Rocks glass today. She can't make the post-game show. She says it's too late. I don't blame you.
Yeah.
But yeah, Rocks glasses for all.
One. Mine came today. I got the Saxon's maple bourbon.
Yeah.
So cheers, everyone. Cheers, everyone. There we go.
Absolutely cheers to everybody. So tonight, some guys, I thought Khustnidinov showed some flashes of speed and possession, and I thought he did fairly well. I thought Lysell was all right. And I thought he got bounced around a few times, and he's he's young and he's a little undersized, and there was some flashes here or there of his speed too. I thought Mittelstadt played okay. He scored the goal on just a fumble by the San Jose Sharks. But I was talking about earlier the style of play, like it's just so horrifically boring to watch. The throw it down the boards, scrum with a guy, dry hump the guy, get it back to the point, off over to the other point, flipping into the corner. Jesus Christ, somebody gain some center ice. Like, somebody get to the center of the fucking ice, please.
Yeah. I've been saying it all along. I agree with you 100%. It's terrible to watch. I don't think they have guys that have a high hockey IQ. I don't think they have guys that play well together. I don't think they have guys that complement each other.
No.
On specific lines. I think it's just a jumbled mess.
It is.
I mean, you watch, and it's young kids like Celebrini. They have Sharks' top line is Celebrini, Will Smith, and Eklund. I believe Eklund is the oldest guy at like 24 or 5.
Yeah, they're young.
And obviously Parker Wotherspoon completely out of position.
Oh my God! I didn't know what happened there.
A wing to wing pass.
Yeah,
springs the guy in for a
wing
goal.
To wing. Yeah,
on the tape, wing to wing.
Yeah.
Like perfect pass on the tape. I mean, that's why he was the first overall pick. But yeah, it can't happen. But still, a great play by them. And then we have on a 3-on-2, Patrick Brown, John Beecher coming down, 3 across. Patrick Brown passes behind John Beecher, behind him on a fucking 3-on-2, like 2 feet behind the guy. And we don't even get a fucking shot off on a 3-on-2 because we have morons handling the puck. And they have, 20-year-olds going tape to tape. We have a 32-year-old who shouldn't even be on the fucking team right now, passing behind another guy who shouldn't be on the fucking team right now. I mean, it's just a colossal comedy of errors by this team. And how they play offense.
This season it rivals 06-07. When they were so bad. It's worse than that because they had Chara and Savard. Like, that was their first years.
It's worse. This is worse.
This is worse because at least they were going to project forward. Like, this is worse than that because there's not a lot there. Just not a lot there.
They're so offensively
yeah.
No,
they need like 6 guys.
Yeah, offense. I guess with the shot police or whatever gave him an extra shot in the game the other night, so they didn't have 3 straight games.
Survived. Yeah,
under 20. But like, that was the first time it ever happened in the history of the fucking team since they started keeping track of shots. Yeah. I mean, that's really, really bad.
It is.
And then they got guys turning shots down, trying to make like pretty plays. Yeah. What are you doing?
Pastrnak did it today. It was Geekie. Geekie came down all alone almost and tried to drop it back to Pastrnak. What are you doing? You have 24 goals. Make it 25.
I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Guys who don't want to shoot or defer too much.
I don't know why you would. You can't get shots on and you can't score. Why don't you want to shoot? I like scoring.
Yeah. I mean, you should like show. I mean, but it goes back to the whole culture of the team. Like, everybody's playing for each other and we're unselfish. Like they've been unselfish to a point where they weren't scoring on empty nets because they wanted to pass it to another guy for him to get a goal. It's like, for fuck's sakes, can we end the game and score the goal? For crying out loud.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they've gotten away from that a little bit, but it permeates the entire team. It's like we got to pass it to the other guy so they'll feel good about themselves and everybody gets a point and we can all jack each other off in the corner. It's like, just shoot the fucking puck. Someone, please, for the love of Christ. Fuck.
They have zero. There's like next to no talent. Zacha I thought he looked horrible tonight. He took a horrific penalty where he literally takes his skate and clicks the other guy's heel, like just throws a skate out and trips the guy. Yeah. And then there were other times where he had the puck on his stick and just didn't make a great play or flat-footed, or he just didn't look great at all. And I'll tell you right now, I'd put Mittelstadt with Geekie and Pastrnak and let that ride for the last 10 games, whatever it is, and see what you have there. Like right now, see what you have there.
Yeah,
put Zacha down with Lindholm, and they can go do nothing together.
I would put Zacha with Lindholm and Lysell and see what happens. See what happens there with those guys.
Okay. I'm game, but I'd put Mittelstadt with Pastrnak and see if we can get some chemistry there. Because I don't really love the team. I don't really love it. I know that they have chemistry and Chechir and all that. I don't think you're great if Zacha's your top line center. Like I just don't want that. I don't want that.
Yeah, so I'm with you.
I mean, not that Mittelstadt would make it any better, but Jesus, at least it's a guy with a little bit more.
I think he has a little bit more speed, and he hangs on to pucks a little bit more. Looking to make plays, so I like that, and maybe that putting him with Geekie, who should be willing to shoot the puck, and Pastrnak certainly is willing to shoot the puck sometimes. So I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Yeah. All right. Comments. Dan Maynard in Australia. God knows what time it is there, but fucking hell, this must be a late one for you guys. If we get done by the Sharks, no one will hold it against you if you just go to bed. Well, that's probably true. Matthew Curtis is going to suck to watch 82 games of this next year. Yeah. I mean, it will. The only thing you can think about all year long is dream of Gavin McKenna. And you have to hope that's the payoff at the end of the rainbow. That's the lucky charms. I'm telling you, if they can get a Misa and then get a McKenna the next year, then you're probably cooking with gas.
Yeah.
Look,
they should be able to get an impact player this year. They should.
Who won't toil in the OHL, WHL, AHL for 3 fucking years and never get a chance to play. They're going to have to play this guy.
They should be able to get an impact player in the draft. They should be able to. And then next year is the Gavin McKenna draft. And if you're bad enough, and it looks like they probably will be, they'll be one of those top lottery picks. And, maybe Gary Bettman, freezes the envelope for you this time instead of Pittsburgh. And you can get that guy and turn the fucking franchise around. Because Lord knows they want Boston to be good. Because they put them in all the winter classics. They do well when they're good and they're on, national TV. The ratings do well. So it's in the best interest of the league for Boston to be good. So that's what you can hope for, is that they fucking rig the lottery for you next year when you get in that thing and you end up with 2, studs out of the draft, this year and next year. And you can turn around sooner rather than later. Yeah. And you have Pastrnak and, hopefully McAvoy and Swayman kind of bounce back, and then you got something. Then maybe you can attract some guys to come and play with you, and you can turn.
It's really the only way you can do it. Yeah, it's really the only way you can do it.
It really is. It really is.
Yeah. There's no other way to do it. You can't trade anybody.
It really isn't.
There's no other way to do it because the dreaded Sharks says Odysseys. Are we that bad? Yes,
we are,
and it is 6 a.m. in Sweden. So good for you.
Wow.
Yeah, 6 a.m. Jonesy, if I wanted
in Sweden. Odyssey's in Sweden?
Odyssey's in Sweden. Yeah.
Wow. I don't think I knew that. Yeah,
the Swedes. And then someone was in Scotland who was here.
How do you, Odyssey? Appreciate you.
Yeah. If I wanted them to win this game, I complain about not challenging in the obvious offside, says Jones. Yeah, me too. And I was like, I even texted the guys. I was like, somebody score.
Yeah, I was texting the same thing when you texted that.
Yeah, I'm like, please, somebody score.
Somebody,
I don't care who it is.
Right, somebody. Yeah, that's what I said. I don't care who it is. Somebody, anyone, score.
Anyone at all. Then it went in, and I saw the offsides in the replay. I'm like, fuck. Yeah. This is gonna be offside. And they didn't challenge. Hey, God bless. Odyssey says, "How was Lysell a non-factor? He was he was.
I thought he was pretty good. I thought he was pretty good for his first time. I thought he was pretty good for his first time. He had a couple of shots. He had some, you know,
play for ice time.
I don't know.
It's usually an indicator.
I thought he was decent. Like he got in on some forechecks. Like I thought he held his own. Like he was better than fucking Patrick Brown was. I'll tell you that. He was better than John Beecher was.
Yeah.
So Lysell had 13-16 time on ice.
Oh, nice. Okay. It's not terrible. 13-16. Lauko was 8-18. Koepke was 13-14. Khustnidinov 13-50. Brown was 9-43. Beecher 12-20. All right. So Pastrnak 22-44. I mean,
they
pull a hammy or something. Get him off the ice. For God's sakes.
I mean, he probably wants to get.
I'm sure he wants to play. I'm sure he wants to get 40 goals or whatever it is, and he wants to get certain benchmarks. But man, if he takes an injury that costs him any type of time,
I mean,
we don't need that.
We don't need that.
Don't need that at all. The Cam show, the days will get darker, but this is dark. Letting the other team break the rules so they can continue to tank. At least they aren't fighting it. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah,
I am with you, Cam. Don't fight it. Let it happen. You just let him finish.
Best is let him finish.
New Hampshire Bruin, that about wraps it up when you can't beat a team that's worse than you in the standings. Worse than everybody, actually.
Yeah.
Worse than all the teams.
Worse than all the teams.
Yeah, by far. Like, it's not close.
No, it isn't.
They have it secured.
I'll
tell you what, you throw Misa or whoever the hell, or the defenseman there on that team. I mean, Jesus.
Tell you what, in a few years, the San Jose Sharks, especially with all the draft capital they have, in a few years, that team's going to be really good.
Really good. Like,
because
really good.
Pellegrini and Smith are going to mature, and they're going to be even better. And,
and they'll get a couple of signings because they want to play with those guys.
Sure.
And
they're going to be really good in a few years. They are.
And you're going to be pulling your pud, watching them play in the playoffs. Is what you're going to happen. It's going to happen
unless you get a really good draft pick this year, and you get
I mean, I'm targeting right now. Like they're at 9, but the two teams behind them are Anaheim and Pittsburgh. 2 teams they play coming up.
Yeah.
So they're only a point behind. So they can get. It really looks like they're going to be at 7, unless they can catch Seattle, who's at 65 points, 4 points behind. But it really looks like 7th. And I don't know what happens there. You get 5th, 6th, 7th, whatever you get. And then
I really hope they sneak into the top 5. I really do.
I mean, it's possible, but they'd probably have to lose pretty much all of them.
I mean, here's the draft odds by position as of a couple days ago. If you just look at the lottery odds on the right.
Yeah, so you get 5% a couple of days ago. It's maybe it's a little bit higher now, but yeah, Pittsburgh and Ducks and Kraken and Flyers, you can't really catch the Sabres, I think. So you might get to 5. You might.
Yeah, I think
you have to lose a lot of them.
I mean, that's a distinct possibility. Can this team score goals?
No, they may lose them all.
They may. I mean, they're on the road too. They suck on the road.
They suck on the road.
They suck at home now too.
They shouldn't beat the Kings, but then they play the Ducks, and
they're going to get smoked by the Kings.
Yeah, Kings, Ducks, Red Wings, and they don't play well in Detroit, so they should lose the next 3.
Yeah, that'll be 8 in a row, right?
Yeah, 8 in a row. Jesus Christ.
0-7-1 in their last 8
in a row. 0-7-1. That it's called Bruins. Bruins 1970 says we are by far the worst team in hockey. Currently speaking, yes.
Yes.
Like currently speaking, with the players out and the players traded,
Right.
This roster is the worst in the NHL right now.
100%.
Yeah, this roster would not win the Calder Cup.
No,
it would not.
Is Chicago's roster worse than yours? Chicago might be worse than you.
Really? Okay. I don't know. We'll have to go down. We'll have to go down person for person.
Chicago's roster might be worse.
Patty Maroon's retiring. Did you see that?
Yes, yeah.
Big Rig retiring.
Announced
it with Panger today.
Yeah,
he's all done. So good for Big Rig. 3
cups. Other than Bedard,
mm-hmm.
Like who does Chicago
I don't even know. Ryan Donato, is he on the team?
Yeah, so like that's Morgan Geekie.
That's their like number one center, right? That's their like it's not a very good team. They don't have Hall anymore.
No.
That's not a very good team. Maybe it's Chicago. Maybe.
Because we have Pastrnak, so
yeah, well there you go. That's the difference, I guess.
Yeah.
The Korpisalo, Matthew Curtis says Korpi looks good. Now you had a question you posed.
Yes. So I want the commenters to chime in on this, and I'll ask you, if Korpisalo had gotten more than 13 starts in the last 47 games, would this Bruins team be in playoff position right now?
They are how many points out? Like 7?
I think there's 6 or 6 now. 6 maybe.
I'm going to say they're nipping at the heels. I'm going to say they win 2 or 3 more games if Korpi played more.
Yeah.
I'm going to say they're nipping at the heels, which is not necessarily a good thing.
No,
it would have. They would still be in this thing.
Yeah, I think they'd be right there if he had played more.
Well, if he had played more,
why didn't they do
trades either?
Why didn't they do like a 2/3, 1/3 thing?
I don't know what they're doing.
Especially since Swayman's never done it before, you'd think they would ease him into it.
Especially when he missed training camp. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Rather than going like, you're gonna play all the games. You're gonna be the guy, you're gonna play the 4/5 of the games. Mm-hmm. Why wouldn't they ease him into the thing and play like 2/3, 1/3? So that means Swayman gets 55 and Korpi gets 27. Like that would me be the way they should have handled the thing. And Connor wants to chime in here.
Probably because they were chasing wins all season long. They needed Swayman to potentially play.
Yeah, because Swayman's played so well that chasing wins with his
chasing those wins.
Dumbasses really worked out well for them.
I mean, Korpi's save percentage, I guess technically speaking, it's worse. But I just feel like Korpisalo has played more consistently than Swayman has, and not as many games go off the rails when Korpi's in there. It's just games went off the rails with Swayman. Mm-hmm. And I just don't think the team. I think there's a thing there with the team, and sometimes, the guys in front of you aren't playing as well because they, something up with a goalie. I don't know. I just feel like sometimes you
friends on the team for a
right. You get Lauko, and now they're more friendly. But sometimes you buckle up too when you have the backup up there. Like you have to be a little bit more focused. You have to,
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, look, the team sucks, and I'm glad that they traded people, and I'm glad that they. Yeah. And I'm glad that they can probably get a decent player in this draft because they're going to need it. I mean, they're going to need the next couple of drafts to be. Don't they have 2 picks this year? They have 2 picks this year.
No.
Was it next year? They have. There's a year when they have 2 first-round picks.
Next year. Toronto's.
Oh, Toronto's. Yeah, which will be like 29.
It's protected.
Yeah.
But yeah, Toronto's first next year.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think maybe they would have, but what can you do?
They might have 2 seconds. Yeah. They might have 2 seconds.
Oh, they might have 2 seconds. Okay.
They have 2 seconds.
They do.
Seconds. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. New Hampshire Bruin tonight's sip: Casa Amigos Repo Margaritas.
Sounds good to me.
Those babies down. Tonight's sip for Jonesy is whatever sleeping potion Saka was drinking whilst looking at the offsides replay. Chris Kelly's got the fucking Secret Service microphone, and he's like, it's like an operation fucking offsides, and then Sacco's like, nah, fuck it. Yeah. Kelly was all into it.
One of the players said something to him, and then Sacco kind of yelled back at him, like he had fucking possession or something. It looked like he was kind of pissed when he was like, he had possession. And
I think Sacco was thinking,
throws his hands up.
I think Sacco was thinking, management has told me, like, don't make an extra effort to win if it's close. I think so. Maybe. It just seems it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, he's taking the bullet. Sacco's taking the bullet. This is what his job is. Taking the bullet. Then he's gone.
He's ML car.
Yeah.
He's ML car.
He's ML car at the end of the road.
Yeah.
Craig Leleave. Beecher, Brown, and Lettieri do not need to play another season. This season or any other season. Yeah. I mean, all three of those guys I don't want in my hockey team.
Thank you.
Organization.
Thank you.
None. Zero.
Appreciate you.
None. Without Pasta, this current roster is one of the worst in NHL history, says Zach Haste. It's bad. Johnny Waffen, Sacco just wanted to go back to sleep.
I thought it, I found it interesting, and he hasn't said it all year long, but Jed Surratt on the call tonight on Nesson said about Joe Sacco, interim head coach, which he never did. He's never done that. He's just said Joe Sacco. Tonight was his chance to say interim head coach, which I thought was weird. I mean, that is his title. I just thought it was weird.
He made a point to say interim.
Yeah, he made a specific point to say interim, which I thought
sometimes you wonder, like, sometimes the organization will tell, like, the play-by-play guys or the announcers, like, say this or don't say this, or
I mean, they're under contract with Nesson, so they can't be particularly critical. There's they can and can't talk about. I'm sure they get directives from Nesson brass or from the Bruins themselves at times about, we don't want you to talk about this, this is off limits, or whatever the case is. But it was interesting that he mentioned that, and obviously it sounds like they're going to make a change, and they should.
They should. I tell you what, unobstructed views would really slap if it was the two of us. Like, you'd have to put it on Netflix or something, but on Prime Video.
Or
where you can swear.
Someplace.
Max, Skinner Max, or one of those.
Give me a little NC-17. I mean,
right. Full frontal.
Yeah.
Why not?
You know what it would really slap? It was the two of us, and then you threw Bergeron in there or some.
Yeah, just somebody else.
Tuca.
Tuca. Yeah. Sean Thornton or someone, someone edgy. Yeah. Alex Statellis, boys, how y'all doing? Just Ducky. Another brutal game. It's beyond me that the Bruins didn't challenge that goal. Unbelievable. Well, I mean, I'm glad they didn't, because we're here now. It wouldn't be here 15 minutes later.
Right.
Jason Larad. Serious question. Will Neely head explode if he has to choose between 6'5" center Roger McQueen and 6'6" right D Radim Merka?
His head probably will explode.
He will. And Roger McQueen. Wasn't he in MASH or something? Who was that? Steve McQueen. Sorry. Is that
Steve
his son?
McQueen wasn't in MASH, was he?
Steve McQueen was in the beginnings of MASH. I think he was in, like, wasn't he? Yeah, he was in, like, the first season or something. I'm gonna look it up.
No shit.
Yeah, I think Steve McQueen.
I did not know that. I used to watch MASH all the time too. I had no idea.
I think he was in. Hold on, I'm going for it. He was in the film. I think he was in the film MASH.
Oh, he's in the film. Yeah, the film with Donald Sutherland. And,
yeah. He was in the film MASH. My bad. Yeah. Anyway, Roger McQueen or Lightning McQueen, whoever the fuck is up to be is a candidate to be chosen by your Boston Bruins. So he's not going to be Lightning McQueen because none of them can skate. So
we'll see. There's a guy that our buddy Robert Chalmers is big on. I think he's French Canadian.
Okay.
So the Bruins probably won't pick him.
Okay.
Yeah,
they don't have any Canadians, right? Or a couple.
No.
Michigan Mike, think positive. With expansion to Houston coming, Bruins won't have to worry about losing a good player to the expansion draft. True.
You know
what is it? What is it that they have to? It's 7. It's either 7. It's like either 7 and 1, or there's like 2 choices you can make in your roster.
Yeah, it's like a certain amount of players,
right?
Or you can do like, I don't know, a certain amount of forwards, certain amount of D.
Yeah, you're right. Right.
It's either like it's like you can go like, I don't know, say it's 7 forwards, 3D, and a goal. So you could do like 11 total. You can do like 10 maybe if you pick like, if you wanted to go all forwards, you get like 1 less protected guy or something like that.
Forwards 3D, 1 goalie, or it's 8 skaters and 1 goalie.
Right. So it's you get penalized if you want to go like all forwards or however you want to do it.
Okay, let's everybody's healthy. Let's play the game. Who are your 8 skaters and a goalie? So it's Swayman.
Yeah.
And then who are your 8 skaters? Pastrnak, McAvoy.
Pastrnak, McAvoy, Geekie. Are we talking about guys who are going to actually be on the team?
Yeah, Hampus, Lindholm. Yeah,
Hampus, Lindholm, Lohrei, Zadorov,
Zacha.
I guess. Yeah, Zacha.
Because you're not protecting Elias Lindholm. He is wide.
No. I was gonna say in the expansion draft, he's one of the guys you try to attach to the.
You do.
Like, we'll give you a second rounder if you take him.
Take this guy. Please take this guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of the guys you're trying to move and say, take him off our hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got comments from Joe Sacco per the Boston Bruins media here for the challenge.
Okay.
Was there some discussion about maybe challenging on that last one?
Yeah, there was some discussion when we looked at it with our crew. We just decided the player that was entering the zone with the puck didn't have possession of it as soon as he crossed the blue line. Therefore, he allowed his teammate the ability to tag up there.
What did you like about that third period? You obviously.
There you have it.
So instead of not possession, he was saying not possession. So essentially what he was saying is he disconnected from the puck. So he didn't have it so the guy could tag up, and then he touched it once the guy was tagged up.
Okay.
Is what he was saying.
So here's my question. If it's 2-1 San Jose and there's 3.5 minutes left, don't you just challenge it anyway?
Yeah.
I mean, don't you just challenge it if you really want to win the game?
Yeah.
I mean, would you let that go if you're fighting for a playoff spot? No.
100% you challenge.
You challenge.
If you're
anyway,
you
wouldn't guess.
No. If you're in playoff position, 100% you're challenging it.
Yeah.
100%. There's not even a question. Yeah, you're challenging. Yeah. Because what's the worst thing? Yeah, so if you don't get it, then you have to kill a penalty, and you're probably going to lose anyways because they scored the goal with 3.5 minutes left. So 100% you challenge.
Yeah, I'm with you. I just
it's a boneheaded. I don't know. It really felt like they were just like, we're gonna lose, and that's what we want to do.
It does seem like Sacco's following orders, as Bruins 1970 said. So a question from Jonesy: any chance Torch would be available? He might be, because they're not finishing well.
But I think they realize there that it's a rebuild. Like, they're in the middle of a rebuild.
Yeah. And he comes here in the middle of a rebuild.
He would be available. I would love for him to be in charge. Because I think he would play the young guys, but I think he would be hard on them. And I think he would be hard on the entire team. Like, there would be accountability finally within the organization, within the roster.
It sure would.
Yeah.
It would be like Bruce Cassidy on speed.
Yeah.
It would be like frank discussions in the media.
Yeah.
Guys getting benched.
The media availability would be like, I would want to be there.
Oh, yeah.
That would be can't miss press conferences.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Odyssey says Mittelstadt is probably gone. The latest next deadline, earliest this draft if they really want a guy need to move up a spot and continue tanking in 25-26 for Gavin McKenna. Do you think they're going to continue on with Mittelstadt? I think they are.
He's under contract.
Yeah, but I mean, as far as trading him, he's saying trading him.
Yeah, they'll keep him. He's still young.
He's 25.
They feel like he's a piece of, he's a part of the
piece.
Future. Yeah, he's a part of the future.
Love him to be the third line center.
Like, I mean, he's had a pretty good start to the year. He has 2 goals and 3 assists, and 5 points in 5 or 6 games, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So he's been pretty good, and like you said, I think they should be trying him out with Pastrnak to see if there's a little something there.
They should. Yeah. I think Jay Leach is going to get the job. So I think that's a foregone conclusion.
Yeah, I think you're 100% right.
I think that's true. Is that true, says Odysseys? Can the expansion team take players with no movement clause? Then you definitely do that. I don't know what the rule is on that.
I honestly think
if it is a full no movement clause,
the
team has to protect that player unless the player is willing to waive their no move clause prior to the draft. However, if it is a no trade clause, they do not have to be protected.
Okay. And all first and second year professionals are exempt.
Right.
So no rookies, no.
Yeah, but I mean, as much as they talk about expansion, like Bettman kind of threw cold water on that and said it's not going to happen anytime soon. So, and as much as Houston wants to get in and I don't know where the other one, I guess they're saying Atlanta, which makes me sick to my stomach because the place has already had it twice and can't fucking support it. So why would you go back there? Even though that's a decent sized market that probably should have it. But I feel like they should go to like Wisconsin or some shit like that where it's cold and people actually like hockey rather than Atlanta.
The reality is
gives a
draft
ass
take
about
2
anything.
to 3 years.
Yeah, I mean,
right.
It's a ways off.
Yeah, it is. Alex Tatella says, "Who do you think will be the next head coach?" And I think it's Jay Leach. Yeah. I mean, this is the same path they did with Bruce Cassidy and Claude Julien.
Mm-hmm.
They brought Cassidy in, and they fired Julien, and then he was the coach. And Jay Leach, that adding of Jay Leach was weird at the time, and I think that's what the target is, to have Jay Leach do it, whether you believe it or whether you want that to happen or not. But here's the other thing: you get a team that's probably not going to contend for a while, and you're in the middle of a rebuild, not a retool. I mean, do you really want to bring in Torts, with this type of thing, like, or a guy who's typically you get a guy like a Bruce Boudreau or someone that when you're kind of trying to get a cup run going or you're trying to get that last piece.
No.
But in this case, like, I almost would rather have Jay Leach be the coach because it's just going to be a rebuild. And
it doesn't matter who this coach is. It matters who the next coach is.
The next one coach after that. Right.
Yeah.
Right. When you get a better roster.
Yeah, so maybe like Jay Leach coaches the team next year to be terrible. And maybe the year after that, they're terrible. And then you fire him and you get a new guy in when, hopefully Gavin McKenna's in his second year and Michael Meese is in his third year. And, you can start to put some pieces together and make a run for the thing.
Yeah.
Maybe that's when sports is available and you can bring them in.
Sure. I don't get the Atlanta thing either. It's a shitty sports town.
It is.
Sports town. Shitty. And hockey, I mean, it's just not the clientele for hockey down there. So it just doesn't work. Like I'm tired of putting teams in these places that aren't hockey, that have no hockey history.
They don't like pro sports there.
Not in there. They don't at all. That's
the Atlanta Braves had like 10 consecutive, National League East titles, and they couldn't sell out the fucking ballpark.
No, not in the playoffs either.
Yeah, people weren't going. They just don't give a shit.
They don't.
Pro sports at all.
No, when the Atlanta Hawks are in the playoffs, they weren't.
College sports and NASCAR.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's what it is.
It's Georgia football and NASCAR. Yeah.
Connor, go ahead.
TNT, it shouldn't be slept on here, but TNT, one of their main studio hubs is in Atlanta.
Yeah, it's in Atlanta. Turner Broadcasting. Yeah, Turner Broadcasting. So that's what it is. But
of course that's what it is.
Yeah, it's
TNT
stupid.
Wants a team in their home market.
Yeah. Yeah. Great.
Yeah, it's not going to succeed, but go ahead and do that thing.
Yeah, sure. Great. Only 6 or 7 teams have a good group of bottom 6 forwards since Vegas and Seattle, says Zach Haste. Bottom 6 forwards. That's another. There was a college free agent I retweeted today. College free agent that's like this big fucking bottom 6 guy, and I'm like, Don Sweeney must have a chub.
Yeah,
right now.
He was like good on face-offs. He was big.
Oh, big and good on face-offs and hard to play against and all those friggin' keywords. Oh God, yeah. Jay Leach is so much more of the same, and that could be very true. It could be very true, but you might need the same right now with a bad roster. I don't know.
Yeah.
Y2 Jones says maybe they can hire Willie Whistle, and he can guide them to the lottery. Willie Whistle. Wow. Some of you youngins may not know Willie Whistle. Yeah. That was a creepy ass dude. Saturday mornings. Mittelstadt. Yeah. So I don't know. As you go forward, right now you've got 11 games left. You played New Jersey twice. I mean, it's not a lot of bad teams on it. You play Pittsburgh, play Anaheim. I don't know. I think that they're not going to win many. I think they're going to be like 6 or 7, and then we'll see where the balls go. And I don't know. Do you think that they'll make any offseason moves with guys? Like, do you think they're done kind of trading guys off this roster? I would assume they are. They don't have a lot there.
Yeah.
But I think they're done with that thing. And I don't know if they're going to. I mean, I think they'll probably make a push to try to sign guys. But I don't know what's going to be left.
Yeah, I think they're done trading guys off the roster. And I think they'll try to sign, the Geekies, and I don't know who else is a UFA.
Geekie's a UFA, and then like Wotherspoon.
Nope.
Yeah, he's gone. I mean, I think everybody else is pretty much gone. Oh no, Jokiharju.
Yeah, so he might be a guy because he's looked decent next to Zadorov. So that might be a guy that he looked to re-sign. He makes a little bit more money than I thought, so maybe they don't. Because I think if he got a raise, it wouldn't be necessarily Brandon Carlo money, but it would be in the neighborhood of that. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I don't know if you could improve that position with a different guy. Maybe you could, but maybe you want to go with a known commodity and a guy that, is pretty comfortable playing next to Zadorov.
Yeah, maybe that's true.
Especially if you don't care really if you win or not.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's probably true. Yeah. So yeah, we'll take a peek at Central Scouting here down the road.
Oh yeah.
See who's available. Look at all those UFAs. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you're gonna have another year of John Beecher. Like,
stop it,
guy.
Stop saying that.
I mean, are they just gonna let him go? Maybe they just let him go.
I would let him go. I would literally let him walk away. I would drive him away. As a matter of fact, I would pack my car with John Beecher and a cooler of beers and let him drink, and I would drive him wherever he wanted to go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're getting down to the nitty gritty of not having any Sweeney draft picks left. Yeah, McAvoy and Swayman.
You're right. Because he is a Sweeney guy, he's probably coming back.
Yeah,
probably coming back because is he a UFA or is he an RFA?
He's an RFA.
Yeah, so he's coming back.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm just telling you. And Lauko is also a free agent of some sort. Yeah. So he was in 18. So there was McAvoy in 16, Swayman in 17, Lauko in 18, and then Beecher. And then, of course, Lohrei and Poitras. Like, if Lauko and Beecher are gone, you're down to McAvoy, Swayman, Lohrei, Poitras. And then those guys after that, like, you're down to, like, you got 2 guys out of all those drafts.
Yeah, you have to hope that some of the guys that are still in college that, turn into something.
Yeah, I mean, but you got, the Pelosi's and the Hendricksons and and all those other guys are bottom 6 projected at best. And you already have the Durans and the Farinaccis. I think Farinacci is a UFA or RFA or something or other. I think he's up. I think there's some guys down there. The goalies, DiPietro and Bussy, he's a Group 6 DiPietro. So I don't know.
They have a lot of shit.
They got a lot of shit going on. They have a lot of shit to do there. Yeah,
they still have a lot of shit they need to take care of.
But their main focus right now is that Providence Bruins Calder Cup run.
It really is.
Is. So many people are pumped and jacked and pumped.
I am.
Yeah, I couldn't be more pumped. They scored 10 goals last night.
They did.
Providence. Yeah, everybody scored.
Poitras had 3-point night.
Yeah, he's got 8-point streak, 8-game streak.
Yeah, he had 2 goals and an assist. Actually, no, that wasn't last night that he had that. That was tonight. He had that.
Tonight he had it. Okay.
Yeah.
So what he said?
They won 3-1 tonight. He had 2 goals tonight. Poitras.
Well, maybe they do make it.
Scored an empty netter. And he was getting a little feisty. He was mixing it up. Yeah. Mixing it up.
Okay.
So it'll be interesting to see how he progresses.
I'll say before and I'll say it again. Be Mike Ribeiro. Be a little shit that gets however many points that Mike Ribeiro got in the league. Like, be that kind of guy. Because that's who who he kind of reminds me of play wise. Is like a Mike Ribeiro type of player.
Yeah, because he
could be a dink too. It'd be great.
And he's pretty good skill wise.
Yeah.
And if he can mix it up and win puck battles and do that thing and be a little agitating and I would love that.
Yeah, sure. Be a little agitated. Yeah. Odyssey says 1C times 2C, Mittelstadt, Zacha 3C, Poitras, Minton, Lindholm. You have to trade some off that center depth, and you can't do shit with Lindholm. Zacha is Pasta's buddy. Sweens likes buddies. Mittelstadt's out. Huh. Well, we'll see, I guess.
They love their centers. If they could have a forward group of 12 centers, they would.
Right.
And I've talked about it before, and I think this is part of the problem why they struggle getting the pucks out of their own zone is because half the time they have centers playing wing, and the centers are uncomfortable along the wall. They're not used to it. It's something that they don't practice. If you're a center, you're there for puck support. You're there for support for the D. You're there to get the pass off the wall and carry it through the neutral zone with speed.
Yeah.
So if you're a center, you're not used to making that little chip play or spinning the puck off the wall to the next guy or kicking it out with your skate or making the play to the center.
Make that play.
You're not used to it.
Yeah, you're not making that play.
You watch them do it all the time and they struggle. It's stop having centers play wing and get actual wingers who have made that play their entire lives.
100%.
And they just don't do it.
They don't. And on that note, we're going to wrap this thing up at 2 a.m. It's a 3-1 Bruins loss to the San Jose Sharks. And the beat goes on. Hopefully they lose them all.
Well, they're back at it tomorrow night against one of the best defensive teams in the league. So that doesn't bode well for your Boston Bruins. Will they have more than 15 shots tomorrow?
Oh, over under.
Under 15.
Oh, wow. I'm gonna go under.
I would say under too.
Yeah, I'm gonna go under. Hey, thanks for joining us, everybody, in this late night. We'll see you again soon. As always. Oh, yeah. Okay. Hey, listen. Sorry, John. 20% off with the code. Get yourself a rocks glass. Hey, let's do it again soon. Hey, as always, go Bruins.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.